Hey friends, here's our video going over tonight's homework. So we're going to look at the 6 problems you have for tonight. Remember, you're doing your homework first and then you're going to watch this video to check your work. Okay, so you can always skip around in the video to find the problems that you want to check, or you can watch the whole thing just to get a good solid learning in. Alright, so let's look at number 1. Number 1 is a multiplication problem. 7,631 times 8. All right, I see that it's a single digit, so I know there's not going to be any 0 and cross out. There's just going to be one line of numbers. 8 times 1 is 8. 8 times 3 is 24. Carry the 2, drop 4. 8 times 6 is 48. Plus 2 is 49, 50. Carry the 5, bring your 0 down. 8 times 7 is 56, plus 5, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61. 1, 2, 3, and put my comma. So our answer is 61,048. All right, moving right along to number 2. Number 2 is a subtraction problem with regrouping. 7,760 minus 5,963. Here we go. 0 minus 3. I cannot do it, so I go over to my 6 and I turn that into a 5. I take a 10 from the tens place, put it into the ones place, so now I have 10 ones. 10 minus 3 is 7. 7, 8, 9, 10. Yep, just want to double check it. Head over to my tens place. 5 tens minus 6 tens. I can't do that, not enough. Go over to my hundreds place, take 100 away, turn that into 6 hundreds, add 100 over here to my tens place, turn that 5 into a 15. 15 minus 6 is 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9. Over to my hundreds place, 6 minus 9, cannot do that either, so head over to my thousands, turn that 7,000 into 6,000, and turn that 600 into 1,600. 16 minus 9, well, I know 16 minus 10 would be 6, so this must be 7. And my thousands place, 6 minus 5 is 1. And so my answer is 1,797. Boop. All right, not too bad. Let's move on to number 3. Number 3 is 22 times 31. This is a 2-digit by 2-digit, so I do know that I'm going to have 2 lines of answers, which means I'm going to need to 0 and cross out. Here we go. 1 times 2 is 2, and 1 times 2 is 2. Well, that was easy peasy lemon squeezy. I love it. Let's keep going. A 0 and cross out. 3 times 2 is 6. 3 times 2 is 6. Well, that was pretty easy too. All we have to do now is add it together. 2 plus 0 is 2. 6 plus 2, 6, 7, 8. 6 plus nothing is 6. And our answer is 682. All right. So far, so good. Let's keep it rolling. Number 4. Number 4 says, which expression would be solved first? So our expression is 8 plus parentheses 3 to the 3rd power times 6. Close your parentheses, plus 3, plus 8. All right? Using order of operations, we're going to figure out what has to be solved first. So we've got our parentheses, exponents, multiplication and division from left to right, addition and subtraction from left to right. We're going into our parentheses. We have 2 operations. We have multiplication and an exponent. What's going to come first? That exponent's going to come first, which means that what we solve first is 3 cubed. This is the part where we're going to solve first. That's what I write for number 4. I don't have to solve it. All right, number 5. Write the expression below. Multiply 4 and 5. All right, I'm going to have a multiplication. And then divide 2 by the product. Divide 2 by the product. Multiply 4 and 5, and then divide 2 by the product. What do we think? 4 times 5, divide 2 by the product. Well, it seems like that's what I should do, right? It goes in order of what's written, but actually, it's not where we want to go. And here's why. Look where it says divide by the product. You see that? Divide 2 by the product, which means it's going to be 2 divided by the product. 2 divided by the product. So we're actually not going to want to write it that way. We're going to write it 2 divided by the product. Product means multiplication. Well, what was our multiplication? Well, it's what it said, 4 times 5. So we want to divide 2 by our product. But now wait a minute. If we do order of operations, and I have a division and a multiplication, well, then I have to do it from left to right, which means I would do 2 divided by 4 first. But that's not what it says on my sheet. It says multiply 4 and 5 and then divide 2 by the product. So I'm going to need to put that parentheses. Now I have the product 4 times 5. And then I'm going to take that, I'm going to do 2 divided by that product. And that's where we want to go for our answer. So it was a little bit tricky. And some of you might have gotten tricked. I almost got tricked and I wanted to put it over here. But then when I thought about it some more, I realized divided by means that's the product's got to go at the end. Okay? All right. And let's do number 6. Number 6 is an order of operations problem that we are going to have to solve. 2 times 4 times 6 times 9 plus 6 cubed. Before I do anything, when we begin together. Parentheses first now, please be clever. Exponents come right next in line. You can multiply and divide at the same time. Now subtraction and addition, or work it out with computation. It's the order of operations. All right, so I've got my order of operations written. Now I'm ready to go. Parentheses, I'm jumping in. Ooh, I got multiplication, multiplication, multiplication. I know with multiplication, I've got to go from left to right. So I start over here with the first one. 2 times 4 is 8, and then I bring everything else down. Times 6 times 9. Haven't solved out that parentheses, so I got to put it in. Plus 6 cubed. Still have parentheses, again from left to right. So 8 times 6 is 48 times 9. Haven't finished that parentheses, so I still got to put it in. Plus 6 cubed. Now we're getting into some big numbers. I like that though. I like a good challenge. Still need those parentheses. So now I've got to do 48 times 9. I don't know what 48 times 9 is off the top of my head. So I'm going to come over here and I'm going to solve it out. 48 times 9. 9 times 8 is 72. 9 times 4 is 36 plus 7. 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43. 432 is the answer to the parentheses. And I don't need to bring those parentheses down because I've now solved it out. Plus 6 cubed. It's important to make sure you're still making that cubed a nice small 3. All right, I'm done with my parentheses, so now I'm moving on to my exponents. Remember, 6 cubed is the same thing as 6 times 6 times 6. So I'm going to need to do a little bit more solving because I haven't got that memorized yet. I'm still working on it, learning it day by day, but I don't have it yet. 6 times 6 times 6. 6 times 6 is 36. So now I have to do 36 times 6. So I'm going to write it standard algorithm. 6 times 6 is 36. 6 times 3 is 18 plus 3, 19, 20, 21. 216 is my answer. 432 plus 216. I'm going to come on over here to solve it out. 6 plus 2 is 8. 3 plus 1 is 4. 4 plus 2 is 6. So my answer is 648. Woo! That was a long problem. Look at that. Fantastic job, though. We got it all solved out. We've got our answer at the end. So hopefully you did your homework. Now you've checked your answers and you feel really good about it. If there's still something that's giving you a problem, make sure you circle it and come talk to me about it in the morning. I would love to help you out with it because I love talking about math. Have a fantastic afternoon, and I'll see you guys bright and early tomorrow.